Start messy, start scared, just start. Starting a YouTube channel from zero isn't easy, and it's definitely not instant. If you've been watching this YouTube Secrets book study and still haven't posted your first video, or you feel stuck, then this intermission is for you. Let me share what I've learned from the first 60 days of my own YouTube journey. I posted my first video in January of 2025, posted about 4 videos, and then had to pause for the month of February due to surgery. I restarted in March, posted my first restart video on March 6th, and I committed to posting 1 long form video per week. But my long form videos still weren't gaining traction at first. Then I heard about from Alexis Saranayev, an application that was free that would create shorts from your long-term videos. It's quso.io, and I'll put a link down below. And then I also use Veed myself for editing, and they have a way to create clips, some shorts from your long-form videos. So I was able to do that. And in an instant, I created like, I think 15 shorts from the next video that I recorded. And then I posted 2 shorts per day with that accompanying video. And it significantly improved the visibility and engagement. My views went up, I gained some subscribers, and I actually had some engagement with the people who were viewing, which I absolutely loved, because it was really discouraging when you work hard and you put these videos up, you feel like you're improving 1% at least by each video, and then you don't have any views or you just have 1 view. And by posting the shorts, it definitely fed some people back into my long form videos. I definitely was able to raise my views and my subscribers, and most importantly, my viewer engagement. So I realized the importance of learning, experimenting, and being patient with growth. I still don't have a lot of views on my long form videos. Yeah, there was one I had a lot on. It was about monetization, but I realized I really need to be patient and learn how to grow with my audience as well as my audience. And I had a lot of time to focus in the past couple months on this because I'm retired, and not everybody does have that kind of time to focus on their YouTube journey. But even if you only have a few hours a week, that's enough. You can make it work for your life. So creating gave me, especially after retiring, a sense of purpose and creativity, and I didn't realize that I was missing. So lessons and encouragement. Don't be fooled by fast monetization videos. You'd see these videos that say, "Oh, make $20,000 in 15 days," or "I was monetized right away." And it's more than just the YouTube monetization. In a lot of those cases, people already had existing businesses that they plugged into their YouTube channels and their YouTube videos, and they were able to increase their sales, not necessarily start from zero. But what I found is it takes time and it takes work. You're not going to necessarily become monetized in 2 or 3 days. You might, but it's likely that you won't. But it's going to take consistency, time, and work. Now, there are 3 new creators that I follow, and they were quickly monetized. And let me define quickly. First of all, they were quickly monetized by consistently posting 2 to 3 videos each week. And the first one, Alexis Saranayev, she was monetized in about 3 months by posting those. She did 3 videos a week consistently. And then Old Me Living Better, he posted, I believe it was 1 video a week, and he was monetized in 65 days. And then another one, Reinventing Me at 60, posted 2 videos a week, and she was monetized in 30 days, which is highly unusual. All those 3 are fairly unusual, but the reason why they were monetized as quickly as they were was because they posted high value content consistently, and they all had a great niche. Most of us, though, grow slowly, and that's okay. That's me. I'm growing slowly, but I'm growing, I'm making progress. So the thing we need to focus on is learning, improving, and enjoying the process. And sometimes that's kind of hard because we can be so goal oriented and results oriented. And I watched a video the other day, and they talked about a mindset of, instead of completion, is like learning as you go along the journey. So instead of thinking, oh, okay, I did this, I did that, which we need goals. This is true, but don't be so goal driven. Like, be purpose driven. So initially, when I first started, I was very purpose driven. And I thought, oh, if I only get a chance to grow, no matter what happens on my channel, no matter how many subscribers I get or views, or that just seemed like I couldn't even imagine getting either one of those, that I would be happy with the growth. And then I shifted and I really started looking at, the number of views, the number of subscribers, the number of, and the people comments. And I completely got out of the growth mindset of focusing on how much I'm growing and what value and value in terms of growth I'm providing for my audience. I always wanted to do that, but my mindset was really completing that goal of being monetized. So after watching that video, and I'll put a link down below with that video, I thought, yeah, it's like it kind of made my brain hurt, but I really need to switch and go back to, am I growing? And if I've grown by 1% with each video, or in that process of what I'm learning, the skills I'm gaining, that's worth it. And if I can provide a value to the people who are watching, even better. And so I'm training myself, I think that was a couple days ago, to switch my mindset. And it's really helped. I know when I retired 2 years ago, I felt a big loss of identity. I was a special education teacher and a reading specialist and for elementary school children. And, it's very time consuming. It takes a lot of time and energy. And when all that was gone, I was only left with myself. It's funny because when you're working, you have a lot of external challenges, and it really drives you and keeps you moving and motivated and learning and growing, because you're dealing with all these different aspects of providing a good curriculum and the challenges of teaching, especially for me. I specialize in dyslexia, students who couldn't read, dealing with the staff and the administration and parents, a lot of things going on. And then I retired, and all of my challenges were now internal, because had nobody but me, myself, and I. Of course, I'm my husband, but really, I had no one but me, myself, and I to look at. I couldn't blame anything. I couldn't blame all my issues or problems on anything else but me. So I did feel a little lost that first year, and I started getting my footing the second year. And in my second year of retirement, I decided to start a YouTube channel because I really missed engaging with people. I missed the community I had at school with my students, with the parents, with the staff and the administration. And I really wanted to find some like-minded people and to be able to learn from them and grow and offer what I've learned in my life so far, and then help them to grow. So YouTube can be a really great way to keep growing and connecting with people. I feel like, besides, pursuing a health journey, this has been the greatest way for me to grow and be challenged externally. And boy, has it been a challenge, but it's been fun, and I've learned and grown so much, and I'm so grateful for that. You can, if you're afraid, like I was terrified because I never posted anything on social media at all, go back and look at my very first video, and I'll put a link right here. It was messy, imperfect, but so freeing, because I just rose to the challenge. I got out of the shower. My hair was all sticking up everywhere, no makeup. And I said, I've just got to do this. And I did it. And I was like, it felt great. It felt great to get out of my comfort zone. It felt great to do something that I was terrified of. I thought, oh, okay, it doesn't matter if millions of people see this horrible video. I did it. And the truth was, only about 50 or 60 saw it. And that was fine. So look at my first video and be encouraged, because I know the ones I've made recently are better. So growing by 1%, trying to grow at least by 1%. So I understood why strategy matters first. And as I continued to read the YouTube Secrets book, I realized something important. Tactics make more sense after you've lived the strategy of the 7 C's. You need to practice the creating, the publishing, and showing up before worrying about the analytics and thumbnails. So if you haven't made a few videos yet, start now. Just put this video on pause and go ahead and video yourself and post it. Don't wait for the perfect plan. There's never a perfect plan. Actually, the perfect plan is when you just start now. So we're going to recap part 1, strategy, the 7 C's. So the first one is courage, ignite your passion and transcend fear. The second chapter is clarity, start with the end in mind. The third is channel, build a home for your content. The fourth is content, create a lasting impact. The fifth chapter is community, engage with your audience. The sixth is cash, monetize your content. And the seventh is consistency, hustle your way to success. If you haven't had a chance to watch the other videos, I'll put a link down below, a playlist that has each of those chapters in there. And with each chapter, there's a printable worksheet that has a summary of the chapter and a worksheet with some questions. All right, here's some advice for new YouTubers. Start before you're ready. You grow through doing, not just planning. Accept your first videos won't be perfect. Focus on progress, not polish. Remember, 1%. Get 1% better with each video. Batch content if possible. It saves time and builds momentum. Use shorts to support long-form videos. Greater visibility with less effort. Definitely pay off there. Don't compare your chapter 1 to someone else's chapter 25. Everyone has a beginning. All those that are so far ahead of you, they all had their first bad videos. They all had their times of struggle. They all had days, weeks, months, and sometimes a year before they were monetized. If time is limited, simplify. Focus on small, consistent wins. And remember, again, improve each video by 1%. Lean into what excites you. Passion drives creativity and sustainability. And isn't that why we started a YouTube channel to begin with? To be able to explore and share our passions. So before we dive into the tactics in the next chapter, take time to reflect. Are you showing up and are you creating? Start messy, start scared, just start. Go ahead and share your biggest challenge or lesson in the comments below. And if you haven't subscribed yet, now is the perfect time to do so because there's so much more ahead. Next video will be chapter 9, the perfect video recipe. Now that you've built a foundation, we'll start fine-tuning your tactics, starting with how to make videos that actually get watched. All right. Thank you so much for watching. Take care. Bye-bye.